sunshine is beautiful out there.
It is. And sun is shining on the Cape. Sun is shining in western and central Massachusetts as well. Live look at Polar Park in Worcester right now. It is glowing. It's been a gorgeous morning. As far as heading out the door to work or school, I've got temperatures this morning in the 40s, and then we've got 50s and 60s this afternoon. So similar to yesterday, let's go for some layers, you guys. High temperatures today will be limited to the 50s at the coastline, but we do get some 60s, even a couple of 70s inland. It gets a lot warmer in western New England today, so Worcester should hit about 66, 62 in Framingham, and 54 in Boston, which is going to be a really common coastal temperature. Tonight we fall back into the 30s and 40s, and tomorrow temperatures are a little bit cooler. Skies definitely look cloudier, especially across eastern Massachusetts, with some breaks in the clouds in central and western Mass. But at least the forecast tomorrow looks mostly dry. I want to point this out. Severe weather risks today is going to be substantial, especially from about Dallas to Little Rock to Jackson, Mississippi. You can see that bullseye there. Tomorrow, that threat slides eastward, but it's less pronounced, and it stays to our south. So we're not expecting any severe weather this week. Tomorrow, we've got increasing clouds, and by evening, we could see a couple of sprinkles along the coastline. The better chance for steady rain develops late at night and into Thursday. Thursday morning is some of our wettest weather that you can see right here. We're going to go with some steadier or heavier rain in the morning through early afternoon, and then I bet you by evening, we're starting to dry out and see some improvements, and we are going to keep it generally dry Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That piece of the forecast looking a little bit better. I've got some on and off clouds during that time frame and very small chance for a pop-up shower, but I think we're in good shape. The one and only day that you're going to need backup plans looks like Thursday, and if you're going to be out for dinner time or beyond on Wednesday and you're close to the coastline, that's where we can start to see a little bit of drizzle. Back to you. Outside from New Bedford this morning, and we've got a little pastel as the sun's coming up. We're still gaining about 2.5 minutes of daylight per day. You've got wake up temps in the 40s and then 50s and 60s this afternoon. So again, layers are your friend. I would go with some kind of light jacket this morning. Does not need to be anything heavy, because away from the coastline, you're definitely going to be in the short sleeves. We've got lighter winds. We've got plenty of sun. In fact, I've got some 70s out in western New England, mid 60s with Worcester, low 60s Framingham, 50s from the seacoast all the way to the Cape, including Boston. So our coastline is going to be the cool spot for today. Overnight tonight, I see us dipping down into the 30s and 40s, and although we have a little more cloud cover, the overnight forecast is dry, and then you're going to see mostly cloudy skies tomorrow. It's low 50s along the coastline, some mid to high 50s, and then maybe a couple of 60s out there. So tomorrow's cooler, it's cloudier, but I'm not saying washout. In fact, I bet most of the day tomorrow ends up being dry. I just want to point out that areas like Little Rock, Dallas, and Jackson, Mississippi all have a very high risk for severe weather today. I mean, hail, damaging winds, and tornadoes there. Tomorrow, the risk slides a little further towards the east, but it's a lower risk, and it all stays to our south. So what we're going to be dealing with at the end of the week ends up being rain, but not severe weather like parts of the country are seeing. By tomorrow evening, I think clouds increase during the day. Most of the day is dry. What I could see are a couple sprinkles along the coastline, a little bit of drizzle in the evening hours. Steadier rain holds off until after midnight locally. We've got a good soaker Thursday morning, Thursday afternoon, and then by Thursday evening, it looks to dry out again, and we'll keep the forecast pretty dry as we head into Friday and the weekend. Like a slight chance for a little pop-up shower, but really not looking too bad. I'll actually take you over here to look at our 7-day forecast with the weekend always in view, because I have a weather alert Thursday just for all-day rain. Kids in New Hampshire are on school vacation this week. If you have any outdoor plans, you're going to want indoor backups on Thursday. Friday, back at about 58 degrees, and we'll stick with some 50s into the weekend with partly to mostly cloudy skies, small chances for pop-up showers, and I'll bring the 60s back early next week.
I was going to say, that was my one complaint.